Howdy guys, hope you're all doing alright. I hope this is about the right level. I'm going to turn it down a little bit actually, because I'm going to be doing a little bit of a screaming, if you want to call it that. But yeah, so basically, this video will go hand in hand with what I was on about with my twang exercises video. And I feel the need to do some more reinforced falsetto type demonstrations and stuff, because I did a terrible job with that one. But this sound, you're not aiming to sing everything in reinforced falsetto. I will tend to say a lot that rock singers, they tend to use that pharyngeal voice type thing. Whatever you want to call it, they use that sound, which is true. But they don't stay there. They don't sit purely in the sound. They get away from that into fuller tones. So like on a high C, for example, so you get your twangy, pharyngeal, bratty, whiny sound. That. Get that brightness, really feel the point of that note, the tip of that note almost. You're trying to sing purely on the top frequencies and the lightest sound you can get. Sing heavier on it, get comfortable with that sound, and then over time you're trying to add more and more chest voice feel to it. And you can do this at an extremely quiet volume. The quieter you do it, the less involvement, the less engagement there will be with the muscles that activate the thicker, meatier parts of your voice, you know, basically. I don't know all the details of the muscles, but that's how it works. Do it quiet and work towards it. So take that sort of sound, whatever. I tend to like an ooh vowel. It's easier to avoid trying to push too much. And then I work towards it. So, and then you work more towards full voice. And it will sound like falsetto. But again, as a demo, falsetto, full voice, just that little bit more. And it's hard to do. And it will get squeezier sounding and stuff. It's not musical, but you get closer to it. You hear that? It's sort of getting more meat to it. And then you broaden it out and you have a fuller sound. You know, use more wide vowels. You take that quiet, minuscule, almost falsetto squeezy sound and you get, ah! You know, and it's fuller. It's not full. You know, it's not like a Pavarotti belt. But for me, I tend to like that half and half sort of sound. You can hear those falsetto type qualities. It works well in the context of music I work. You're just aiming to get that attack to it, and it will connect up with the range, you know. Ah! You know, gets heavier as you go lower down, or higher up. If you keep more of that whiny sound as you go up, that works pretty well. So, don't know what sort of notes I got left in the tank, but ah! You know, it works really well, and you can hear it leans towards grit. For practice, you want to keep it bright, keep it clean, keep it bright. But I like the grit sound, you know, so I tend to practice that once I've got the brightness warmed up, you know. So I've got that default and then add the grit and it sounds good. Because if you just use it pure, it basically sounds like the reinforced falsetto sound. You know, like on a higher note, let's do an E, for example. Just finding my pitch. So, that. You're mostly in that gear in fuller voice type sounds because it really starts to get blurry up there. No matter how meaty you are, it will sound some variation of that bright quality. So you got the bright one, you know, reinforced falsetto, then a fuller type sound, yeah. It like fine. I've got to lean up to it to get the meat on it. I'm not that brilliant in that range, but that's what I find works. And again, you can take it higher and higher. I'm practicing recently. I'm starting to get higher up there. You know, more. A notes are getting more consistent in a more piercing sound. I was actually hitting high C's earlier, soprano C's, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that sound works. Practice that sound, bring that down through the range, work it quietly, you know, if you want to practice adding weight to it, you know, full voice type feel, do it at a quiet volume first, then build up. That's about it. That was just the point of this video, just to show you the higher end of stuff, you know, this twangy sound. More and more of it, the higher up you go. Yeah, you know, really just do it. Be silly with it. You know, don't worry about the sound so much. It's a technique to develop the strength of your voice to carry the weight higher and higher. It works really well. And I do recommend if you're doing exercises, you know, do them descending. Don't start from the bottom and work up. You will tend to drag up weight that you don't need. You're trying to practice the bright, high coordination. So that you get the note and it's solid, then you can add weight to it, but you're not reliant on pushing and straining and whatever to get it. This is what's allowing me to sing clearer and easier in my mid-range, and it'll work for you. So yeah, like I say, don't try to avoid sirening from the bottom if you're going to do exercise like that, because the tendency's that strong. If I try it, you'll probably hear it. Yeah, you know, you can, that wasn't too bad, but yeah. It picks up the bright quality so well because I've been practicing those a lot. So give them a go, and yeah, try out. Cheers.